Happy Monday, boys and girls. We're going to move on to topic 4. We're continuing multiplication. So this week, we're going to look at using strategies and properties to multiply by 2-digit numbers. So the first thing we're going to do is 4-1, which is just extending the idea that we reviewed last week of multiplying by multiples of 10. So last week we talked about breaking it apart, and we also sort of using our basic facts and a little trick about adding zeros. So this is sort of revisiting that lesson, but now with just double digits, okay? So remember, multiples are, skip counting 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. But today you're really going to rely on your basic facts to help you. So let's look at a question that was in the book up here. The number of visitors of each age group for the Sunny Day amusement park are shown below. How many children visit the park in 30 days? So we know the adult tickets are 60, adults under 65, adults 65 and over are 40, and then children are 80. Okay, so 80 children visit the park each day. We want to know in 30 days. So we're going to be multiplying. And the first strategy we'll look at is using our basic facts. So it would be 30 times 80, right? And I highlighted the zeros in a different color just to remind us of our little trick, right? So 3 times 8 would be 24. So I have my 24, and then I take my 2 zeros from the question and add them to my product. So 2,400. If we're going to use the break apart, commutative and associative property all together, there's a lot going on here. So we take our 30 times 80. And we know 30 is really the product of 3 times 10, and 80 is the product of 8 times 10, okay? I can then sort of rearrange those numbers because I know the commutative property tells me I could change the order and it won't change the product. So I'm going to rearrange it. So I take the 3 and the 8 first, and then the 10 and the 10. So the 3, the 8, I took out and put here, and then the 10 and the 10. So then if I start multiplying, I know if I multiply first the 3 times 8, I get 24. And if I multiply the 10 times 10, I get 100. And then I can multiply 24 times 100, which gives me 2,400. So let's do some practice on our next slide. Here we go. Okay, so let's use our basic facts. I like the basic facts strategy a little bit better. It's easier for me. Let me pick a different color. Let's pick a blue. All right, so 30 times 10. I know my basic fact is going to be 3 times 1, which I know is 3. And then I'm going to add 2 zeros. 1, 2. I know my basic 20 times 10, my basic fact, 2 times 1, which gives me 2. And then I'm going to add, I put dots in them, my 2 zeros. I learned that from Miss Urban. 1, 2. My next one, 9 times 4 gives me 36. How many zeros? 1, 2. Add my zeros. And as my products get larger, don't forget your commas. 50 times 10, I'm going to do my basic fact. 5 times 1 gives me 5. And then I'm going to add my 2 zeros. 6 times 2 gives me 12. And then my 2 zeros. And again, as my products get larger, I'm going to make sure to put my commas in. This is a tricky one. These are the ones where people get a little confused. So 8 times 5, I know is 40. Now my basic fact has a 0 in it. All right. Then I add 2 zeros. You hear the birds chirping? 4,000. Okay? So you'll see a lot of questions like that today. You will also see they might show it to you like this, where you have to fill in the missing factor. Remember, the 2 numbers that multiply together that give you a product are factors. So it starts off generally slow, which is helpful for us to build our skills, right? So 10 times what gives you 100? 10 times 10, right? 20 times what gives you 1,000? So work backwards. I think 20 times what? Here's my basic fact, right? I'm going to box it up. 2 times what gives me 10? 5, right? I have a 0 here, a 0 here. I need one more 0. Okay? So again, let's think about our basic facts. We have 16. 2 times what gives you 16? 2 times 8. I have 1 0 here. That's going to account for 1 0 here. I need one more 0. Gives me 80. Okay? Let's think about our basic fact. 42. 6 times what gives you 42? 7. I have a 0 here, which accounts for 1 0. I need one more 0 for the other 0. Let's think of our basic fact. 15. 3 times what gives you 15? 5 times 3. I have a 0 here. I have a 0 here. I need one more 0. 81. 9 times what gives you 81? 9. Ooh, that was not pretty. You have a 0 here. You have a 0 here. You need to account for one more 0. So 90 times 90 equals 8,100. And let's just look at a word problem. James walked 30 minutes each day for 90 days. How many minutes did James walk? So I know each day he's doing 30 minutes and he's doing it for 90 days. Good for James. Go ahead, James. Right, so this would be my multiplication. Let's look at our basic facts. 3 times 9 is 27. And then you're going to add 2 zeros. Ooh. And we're measuring in units how many minutes? So 2,700 minutes. Ooh, that's not pretty. All right. So that's it for today, boys and girls. You guys will have this assignment and another assignment with it, probably measuring up to just reinforce the skill. All right. Have a great day, everybody.